The recent buzz online about J36 low-altitude test flights has been impossible to ignore, with Chinese netizens capturing videos showing this so-called sixth-generation fighter skimming dangerously close to the ground, almost as if it's playing a game of tag with the Earth. Some speculate this could be a test of its maneuverability under extreme conditions, since flying that low is no joke. One slip and it's game over. In the footage, J36 moves at a leisurely pace, yet its stability is uncanny, resembling a car on autopilot, prompting netizens to marvel at what must be a fully maxed-out flight control system. As for J36's features, the specs floating around online are eye-popping. 3 engines, a top speed nearing Mach 3, a combat radius stretching 3,000 kilometers, and a size that dwarfs even the hefty J-20, already the largest fifth-generation fighter out there. Clearly, this beast isn't just built for dogfights. It's more of a combat bomber, designed for penetration and high-intensity strikes. Its stealth capabilities give it a first-strike edge in air combat, landing a sucker punch before the enemy knows what hit them. China's Air Force seems to be using it to probe the future of warfare, likely pairing it with J-20s and drones in a tag-team setup. Picture this: J-36 swooping in low with a drone swarm, J-20s holding the line in the rear, a scene straight out of a sci-fi blockbuster. Its ground-hugging flight hints at unmanned potential, perfect for high-stakes missions like taking on a carrier battle group, cutting pilot losses. Even wilder, if a target's beyond its range, an unmanned J-36 could skip the return trip, team up with tankers to stretch its reach, and deliver a devastating blow to high-value enemy assets. A strategy as ruthless as it is clever. China's sixth-generation fighter game isn't a one-horse race. Chengdu, Xi'an, and Shenyang are all cooking up their own prototypes, each with its own flair. J-36 has ditched the pitot tube, looking more production-ready by the day, a sign of confidence. Shenyang's J-50 still sports its pitot tube, but with Air Force livery slapped on. It's likely nearing its final form. J-50 rocks a sleek, biomimetic design, optimized for air combat, poised to be J-36's wingman, one pounding the ground, the other ruling the skies. A match made in heaven. Netizens joke that once this duo's locked in, enemies won't know where to hide. Meanwhile, whispers about the H-20 stealth bomber hitting production have added fuel to the fire. China's naval tonnage may have surpassed the U.S., but in deep-water showdowns, America's carriers, overseas bases, and allies still hold the edge. China's not about to slug it out in the Pacific anytime soon. But in East Asia, it's a different story, leveraging home turf and air power to lock down the region. Don't sleep on Pakistan either, China's backdoor to the Middle East. If the Air Force can dominate, the Army's a shoe-in, posing a real threat to America's Middle East chessboard. A strategic depth that's no laughing matter. Tensions with the U.S. have spiked lately, and China's rare earth, metal, and parts embargo has left American aviation reeling. With no quick substitutes in sight, it's a body blow that could knock the industry out cold. Even without that, U.S. aviation was already a mess. Boeing's planes and spacecraft keep crashing. F-22 readiness is a joke. F-35 isn't much better. Crashes and collisions barely make headlines anymore. Trump's hyped-up F47? Still a ghost, not even a mock-up. While China's sixth-gen birds are racking up test flights, caught on camera for all to see. The gap's so stark it's almost cruel. China's game plan isn't hard to read. Trade and tech wars sting, but they're brimming with confidence, certain they'll come out on top. With Trump's no-limit style, they're bracing for him to flip the table if he loses, maybe even bluff with military muscle. That's why hypersonic missiles, space weapons, lasers, railguns, and ICBMs keep getting airtime, flexing enough firepower to make the U.S. think twice about rolling the dice. Trump's stuck in a 30-year-old fantasy, thinking America's untouchable. China's here to shatter that illusion, leaving no room for missteps. From J-36's low-altitude stunts to J-50's fresh paint job, China's Air Force is picking up speed, step by calculated step. J-36's triple-engine setup and massive range spark theories, it could one day pop up over an enemy carrier, unleashing an unmanned blitz. J-50's biomimetic curves scream air superiority, built to shred defenses. Pair them with drones and H-20, and East Asia's skies might just become China's playground. Even U.S. carriers would think twice about steaming too close. Some say J-36's ground skimming and unmanned vibes are prep for high-risk ops, like hitting enemy HQs. A bold vision that gets the blood pumping. Sure, online chatter's a mixed bag. J-36's speed and range are mostly guesses from videos and leaks. Beijing's keeping mum. But the test flight frequency and public exposure scream confidence. Across the Pacific, F-47's still vaporware. Trump talks a big game, but Boeing's too busy mopping up crash scandals to deliver. Deadlines are anyone's guess. Netizens quip the U.S. is building planes with PowerPoint while China's already airborne. An efficiency gap that's pure public shaming. This Air Force surge isn't just a tech flex. It's a jab at U.S. containment. The rare earth band's a gut punch to American aviation. J-36 and J-50 flights are a military wake-up call. Some call it a lesson for Trump, showing him head-on fights end badly. The U.S. is tangled in domestic woes. Economic cracks, hollowed-out manufacturing. Its military coasting on fumes. China's got a full industrial stack. Tech leaping forward. Sixth-gen fighters buzzing everywhere. This isn't even a fight yet, and they're already winning the vibe check. In J-36's viral low-altitude clips, its hulking frame schemes highways. Cars visible below. Netizens gasp that in a real scrap, enemy radar wouldn't blink before it's game over. J-50's flights are tamer, but that Air Force livery oozes swagger. Ready to roll any day? Analysts muse its biomimetic shape might mimic nature's flyers. Cutting drag, boosting agility. A stretch maybe, but with China's tech strides, not out of the question. J-36 and J-50's test flight frenzy has China's Air Force dominating online chatter. From specs to strategy, netizens are dissecting it all. Some jest that while the U.S. dreams up F-47 in slideshows, China's birds are already soaring. A pace so blistering it leaves no room for rivals to catch up. If J-36 hits production and J-50 joins the ranks, with H-20 and drones in tow, China's air power could take off, locking down East Asia's skies, leaving no one bold enough to test them. Trump wants to talk tough? He'd better get F-47 off the ground first, or he's just shouting into the wind.